welcome to this particular cruise visit here. My name is Ash Puriri. I have been your key lecturer here on board, taking you around the ship on this particular site visit. Right now we're right in the heart of the ship, and if you look up here, just towards the top layer, is a complete floor dedicated to just the casino on board the ship.
It was two small ship of 500 people. He was the crew member, and 1,000 passenger. He was our guest. Today, the company have over 30,000 employees from 78 nationality. Is cruise all around the world, from the Arctica to the Antarctica. The company designed world cruise. As a matter of fact, this ship just come back, is almost in the end of the world cruise, where the world cruise started at the beginning of May in Sydney, Australia, and is finished the 31st of August in Australia, in Sydney, 110 days. It's gone all over the world with this ship carrying 2,000 passengers and 980 crew members. The company, what I say, you have 4 different type of ship. Is the small ship, where it's called the boutique ship, is the Pacific Princess and Ocean Princess. It carry only 600 passengers, and normally it's called boutique cruise, exotic, because you do always cruise around the world, Pacific Rim, around of South Africa, South America, very long cruise. Then you have the Sun class ship, where is 4 ships like this one. Is the Sun Princess, Dawn Princess, Ocean Princess, and Sea Princess. And it carries 2,000 passengers. Then you have the Grand class, where it carries 3,000 passengers, and you have a 4 ship. You have the Grand, you have the Crown, you have the Golden, and the Star. Then is the Super Grand, where you have a Caribbean, you have Emerald, you have the New Crown Princess, and the Oceania. Then you have the Grand class, Super, where is a brand new ship. One is come out last year, and the name is Royal Princess, New Royal Princess, and he carrying 4,500 passengers. And in this moment, he's cruise out of Copenhagen, and he do the north of Europe. And the brand new is come out in July, and is the Regal Prince, the new Regal Princess, where is the twin sister of the Royal. In this moment, he do cruise from Venice to Barcelona. It's called the Grand Mediterranean Cruise. Altogether, is 16 ships, and plus you have a 4 here in Australia. Our best itinerary is the Mediterranean in summer and Alaska. As a matter of fact, in this moment, it's a 6 ship in Alaska. I started the cruise in Seattle, San Francisco, Vancouver, Whittier, in and out 7, 10, and 12 days. Then you have 2 in north of Europe, you have 2 in the United Kingdom, 1 out of Southampton, and 1 out of Dover. Then you have 3 in the Mediterranean. 1 is started cruise from Venice, 1 is started cruise from Rome, and 1 is started the cruise from Barcelona. And this is our itinerary. And then in the spring and the fall, because in Europe in this time is summer, of course, and he repositioned the ship. All the ships go back to United States. Normally in the winter, you have 10 ships in the Caribbean, out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, New York, or 4 ships in California, out of Los Angeles, San Francisco, and San Diego. And then you have a ship around the world. Normally in the summer, you have 1 ship around the world, where is always this one, or the next ship is the twin, whereas the Sea Princess started the cruise in Sydney to Sydney, 109 days, and the second ship he do the cruise 75 days. 1 year he do the Pacific Rim, and 1 year he do the Grand Mediterranean. Starter in Sydney, it goes through the channel, the Suez Channel, it goes in Mediterranean, and it come back from Suez Channel. This one, when he started the cruise in Sydney, he did all Australia, New Zealand, and then it goes up to Hong Kong. He did Japan, China, Philippines, then India, some Middle East country like Dubai. He go through the Red Sea, Suez Channel, Mediterranean to Venice, Naples, Rome, Athens, Barcelona, and then he go up to Portugal, where is Lisbon. It goes in United Kingdom, Amsterdam for Netherlands, United Kingdom, London and Dover, Southampton and Dover. Then it goes in Highland, Dublin, and then he crossed the Atlantic up to Iceland, Reykjavik, Boston, New York, go down to the Caribbean, pass through the Panama Canal, go in South America, cross the Pacific Ocean, arrive in Papeete, French Polynesia, and then he come down to here, and in 3 days finish the cruise in Sydney. Now, what I say, my name is Alfredo Marzi. I am in charge of everything is food, beverage, and service around the fleet. I am director of menu planning. I am in charge of new building. I design part of the ship. Everything is service. And I am in charge of introduce new recipe, new menu, hire people, contract with the food and beverage by all around the world. To keep in mind, ship like this, it consumes around 10 tons of food a day. Because right now on board of the ship is 3,000 people. And on board of the ship, the people eat only 1 a day. the morning to the evening. He eat all day long. As a matter of fact, our buffet upstairs, where you get lunch, is located at deck 14. It's open 24 hours. It's open from 4 o'clock in the morning to 11:30 for breakfast, 11:30 to 3 o'clock for lunch, 3 to 5:30 for afternoon tea and sandwich, 5:30 to 11 for dinner, and 11 to 4 o'clock in the morning is a bistro where you can sit and you can serve it. Normally upstairs in the Lido, it's a self-service. Then plus you have a 2 main restaurant, Venetian and Florentine restaurant. Every one of these can accommodate around 500 people. It's the first sitting and second sitting. Normally breakfast is from 7:30 to 9:30 in the morning. 12 to 1:30 is lunch. 5:45 is the first sitting dinner. And 8:15 is the second sitting dinner. This is more or less what is work on board. And here I have some explanation of my 40 years with Princess Cruise, where you want to pass around. You have all the information. And what I say, I joined Princess Cruise 48th of April of 1974. At my position at the time, I was a first cook. I was on board of the ship, the old Royal Princess, until 88. When Sidmar merged with Princess, I moved to the office. In the office, I used to spend a lot of time in the office, and then from 1999, I decided to be the the company gave me the position of a culinary ambassador. The culinary ambassador, I am the person who takes connection with the media, the TV, however is a special event. Just an example, I come out from the Regal Princess because it was the brand new ship. And I was there from end of April until July, because I go 2 months before the ship come out of the shipyard and make sure I designed the ship 5 years ago, and I make sure all the equipment goes on the right place, the right quality and quantity of equipment. This is my job with the company. By the way, the Princess Cruise is covered the entire world. As a matter of fact, in February, I was in Antarctica. Some of you knows where is the country. It's called Ushuaia. Ushuaia, when you arrive in Ushuaia, is part of the Argentinian Patagonia. Is a big sign at the airport in the port, and it say, "Esto está la fin del mundo." It means this is the end of the world. And in the 3rd of August, I was in North Capes, in the 2 extremes of the globe. Where you want to go, Princess is there for you. What I say, Princess is on 18 ship and 4 years in Australia, where it's 22 altogether. All our ship, 16 of them is been built in Italy, like this one. Is a town between Venice and Trieste in Italy. It's called Monfalcone. And when you arrive in Monfalcone, it's a city of ship, because it's one of the big shipyards in the world. From that shipyard come out 3 ships bigger than this, or like this. 3 ships every 2 years. It means 1.5 ships every year. Only passenger ship, because it's another division. He build navy ship or cargo ship, but that one is just exclusive for passenger ship. This ship has been built in 1997, and it was the second of the serial of the Sun Princess, Dawn Princess, Sea Princess and Ocean Princess. The same size, because you know, you need to take in consideration when you build a ship, the most expensive is the project. The project is 32% of the cost of the ship. Now, you build 4 ships the same size and the same facility, your project is go less down and where you make money. Just to give you some information, Regal Princess is our brand new ship. It's 2 months old, and the cost of the ship, it was 785 million euro. It means it was over $1 billion. One ship, it carried 4,500 passengers and around 14 to 1,500 crew members. You have any question, by the way? Because you have a question, I have the microphone here for you. Huh? If somebody, you want to ask some question, you can stop me anytime. Now, what is work with our customer? Customer normally, he book the cruise, some of them here in advance. And exactly the same is for us to prepare the menu for the whole cruise. I started to work last year in January. Normally I do the menu in Los Angeles and I send to the ship. The ship, you have the food and beverage and the provision master and the chef. He go through my menu and he come back with question. I give you an explanation. From that moment, he send the order to Los Angeles. Princess Cruise, you have 2 main purchase office. One is in Los Angeles and one is in Miami. The purchase office in Los Angeles, he provide to feed the ship cruising in Alaska, Hawaii, Pacific, South Pacific, Australia, New Zealand, China, and Japan. The other purchase office is located in Florida, in Fort Lauderdale, nearby Miami. And that purchase office, he provide food for the ship cruising in New England, Atlantic, north of Europe, Baltic, Mediterranean, Middle East, South Africa, South America. This is what he work. I mean, the food arrive 80% by United States, by container. It's 3 types of container. You have a regular container to put grocery. You have refrigerator container and frozen container for meat and fish and everything is poultry. Ship like this, what I say, consume an average of 10 tons of food a day, including passenger and crew. Of course, what you buy locally is fruit, vegetable, because you couldn't send by container, and dairy product like milk, butter, yogurt, all this stuff. Everything else comes from Los Angeles, and the container, to receive a container in Sydney or here or in Papeete, you need sometime 3 months. This is the reason I send my menu to start the cruise in May, in January, to have the physical time to provide everything you needed. Normally, the food is arrived on board. You have an entire deck where is deck 3 to keep the food. Because the hotel, I mean, the ship is not like the hotel, where you're missing something, you call somebody, it is delivery 3 cases of beer or 10 cases of apple. This is not working that way. Everything you need to be ordered months in advance. And make sure the last time you get some food here, it was Papeete. You get some fresh fruit and vegetable here after 7 days, and now you have everything in Sydney. In Sydney, for 19 days, you couldn't buy anything until the ship reach Melbourne, where you get again delivery for food. This is working that way. This is very important. The food need to be received in premium condition. It needs to be stored in a very safe way. You know, everything is separate. Fruit is one refrigerator, vegetable is another refrigerator, poultry is another refrigerator, fish, meat, everything is separate with a different temperature and different humidity. This is what is work on board. Normally when the passenger arrive in the dining room, the waiter take the order, and the busboy, first one, he go to deliver the drinks. Then he come in the kitchen for the first time, and he collect all the appetizer, soup and salad. Then in the meantime, he give you the order for the main course. Then he come back the second time to finish to collect whatever he needed. And he come back for the third time to get the main course. The kitchen is divided in X section. As a matter of fact, in this ship, you have the kitchen, the brigade of the kitchen is 185 people. It's not all of them cooks, because on board of the ship, you need to do everything from scratch. It's not a hotel. You buy the bread already done, you buy the meat already cut. Here, Princess Cruise is not the only, but is one of the few cruise line in the business where everything is prepared on board, from the little chocolate praline to the bread. The cooked bread is 24-hour. Some section of the kitchen is 24-hour, you know, because sometimes the people sit on the theater don't know what is going on the backstage. Just an example, and the baker is in this ship is 3 baker cooks. It started at 10 o'clock in the evening and is finished at 7 o'clock in the morning to do it 5,500 to 6,000 croissant, Danish, muffin for the breakfast, all by hand. Because Princess Cruise, he buy everything he needed: flour, sugar, eggs, butter, however, and everything from soup, sauce, bread, chocolate, everything is done on board. Ice creams, most of the other cruise line or the hotel, he buy the ice cream already pre-made. Princess Cruise not, he buy everything he need and everything is made on board. This is the reason you have a high number of people work in the kitchen. And beside this is 58 people just to keep the kitchen clean. Because Princess Cruise is one of the cruise line in the business of the highest standard of public health. Our 22 ship, we have an average of score from public health of 97.38, where is the maximum on top of 10. It's, I think 11 ships passed the public health inspection with 100%. And believe it, this has not come for granted. It's a lot, because public health is almost our enemy. He come to visit us without an announcement. You just show up and you get 100 points when he come on board. Every mistake he find, some mistake is 1 point deduct, some mistake is 2, 3, or 5 points. And you don't reach 86, you fail. I mean, the public health is not a service, but you need to pay that service. Every time he come to visit us, a ship like this is cost $11,000. Just the visit of the public health. Is allowed to visit the ship 2 times a year. If the ship don't pass the public health 1 time, he come back for the second time, where is not count as an inspection. After 20 days, he can come back for the 3rd time, and it's been your $22,000 was the budget for this ship to pay the public health, is become $44,000. And beside this is not only money is just paper. Is the name of the company, because, you know, public health used to come on board, time being, fill up the report, go back to the office and put on the drawer, and it was finished. Now, the public health come to visit us, 2 hours late, our report is on internet. It's made billions of people around the world, you can see it. And particularly American people, where is the 89% of our customers for United States, including Canada, of course. Before to come on the cruise, this goes on the internet. He booked the cruise with us weeks before. He's going there. Let me see what Don Prince is doing. He failed the public health. What do you think the first thing he did? He canceled the cruise. And this could be, to fail the public health could be the very expensive and damaged advertiser or the free and very profitable advertiser. This is the reason Princess Cruise, for the all crew around the world and ashore, because I am not part of the ship, I just visit the ship for 10 days. What he want from us? First of all, please our customer 24 hours a day, no matter what. Customer is always right, particularly when he's wrong, because you need to be very professional to make them understand he's wrong without telling them he's wrong. Because customer is what he pay the ship and the bill of everything else. Second, it's budget. What does mean budget? Money. Because in the end of the day, you don't make money, you are in bankrupt. You need to stay under, you cannot spend more than what is your income. Budget is very important for all the department. And third is public health. Why public health? Because first of all is safety for our crew and our customer, and second is our name, where you need really to be at the top of everything to fight the competition, you know. Around the world is over 200 cruise ships, and the competition is really very, very strong. Everybody have ship, everybody have a beautiful ship, everybody have more or less the same itinerary. Everybody is fight one each other for the cost of the cruise. What you need to be the first, you need to offer something nobody else offer, like Princess Cruises do it. Princess Cruise is the cruise line in the business where you have the high number of people come back, repeating passenger. You have the Captain Circle, where to be member of the Captain Circle, you need to have at least 3 cruises with us. After 3 cruises, you get part of the Captain Circle. And you become Captain, you become Commodore, you become Elite, whatever is. And every time you go up, like when you go in the airplane, where you are a member, you get blue, silver, golden, and black state. And this is exactly the same with us. And I mean, part of our Captain Circle is over 6 million people. When it comes to the ship is divided in 3 sections. Is the deck department, where God himself is the captain. The captain is like everybody. Is the priest, is the lawyer, is the judge. It's everything on board of the ship, particularly when the ship is not in port. When the ship is now here, the ship is under the law of Auckland, New Zealand. Day after the ship is in Sydney, you have the law of Australia. It's in French, you have the law of French. It's in the United States. When the ship is in the middle of the sea, it's our country. And the captain is the president, is the lawyer, is the priest. He can celebrate wedding. He can attend a funeral. He can do everything, the captain. Then is the staff captain, where the staff captain is in charge of the entire crew on board of the ship. Is the head of security. The security officer report to the staff captain. The bridge is in charge to take the ship from point A to point B. Is in charge to keep the ship clean outside and to keep security and safety on board of the ship. The second section is the technical, where the head of the technical is the chief engineer, where is in charge to make the ship running. Keep in mind, this ship is completely independent. It produces water on board. It produces electricity. This ship is diesel electric. What the company buys the fuel, you produce the electricity, and then the engine is diesel electric. I mean, you produce the electricity, you store it, and all the engine is electric. And everything else is electric. The elevator is electric, your toilet, when you go to the toilet, there's no power, it don't work. The light, the air condition, the water, everything is electric. I mean, in the technical department, the head of the technical department is the chief engineer, the staff engineer, and the chief electrotechnical is the three main people in the technical department. Where in this ship, the deck is, I think, is less than 100 people, and less than 100 people is in the technical department. The big department is the hotel. The hotel is the general hotel manager, is the umbrella of the entire situation, because this is not really a ship, it's a floating hotel. And on board of the ship you have everything, from the spa to the beauty salon, to the boutique, to the casino, to the medical center, to the hospital, to the bar. Everything is on board of the ship. And everything is homemade. I mean, the hotel department is the big department in board of the ship. It's over 700 people included, and everybody report to the hotel general manager, where the right and the left arm of the hotel general manager is the staff general manager and the food and beverage, where the staff general manager is in charge of all the, report to him is all the boutique manager, casino manager, medical, entertainment, everybody report to him. Food and beverage, again, is the head of department of the big section in the board of the ship, because between the galley, restaurant, and bar, it's over 500 people in charge of these three departments. And everybody, the chef, the maitre d', and the bar manager report to the food and beverage. And food and beverage automatically report to the general hotel manager. General hotel manager, everybody, the general hotel manager, where it's 4 stripe. 4 stripe is the chief engineer, and 4 stripe is the staff captain. He report to the captain. The captain report to the company. This is the order of scale on board. What I say, the ship is completely independent, because it produces water. Is get the salty water from the seas, get desalinate on board. And this, keep in mind, in this right moment, is around 3,000 people, is a budget of 300 liters of water per person a day. It's a lot of water, 300 liters of water. Then if somebody take 3 showers a day, and maybe get 500 liters, if somebody don't take shower, and he uses only 100. But this is the budget to make the ship run. You have any question, by the way? Now the plan today is to finish this meeting here, and then I take you up to the deck 14, and you have a lunch over there. It's a buffet lunch. You have a section of the buffet dedicated to you, because it's 2 lines of buffet. One is for our customer, and one is only for you. You have a lunch there, and then somebody from the crew staff, he come to pick up you, and he take the ship tour. After, you can go back to the Lido to have an afternoon tea, and then you go to disembark. This is the plan for today. You have any question?
This is not a question, but Alfredo, che comandore Marsi, molto bene, grazie. We're very thankful for your accommodating. I don't think these students realize how grateful we are to have such a knowledgeable leader. I worked for Princess for 25 years. Opened the Ruby Princess. Seems like a long time now, but that used to be the newest ship, and now we have the Royal. And we're very fortunate to have this man here with his years of knowledge, 40 years plus in this business. Is a long time. And this company here also rewards its workers, so you can start right from, I'm sure he didn't start here at the top.
No, absolutely not.
Work from the bottom right to the top to the layers over the many years. And this company here, along with many of the other companies of cruise, promote and look after their staff based on their quality of performance. And this is obviously a man that is dedicated, and I use the word dedicated with diligence and also with years of sacrifice. Because this man did not work all those years at a place where he could drive home and be back with his family. His family became the Princess workers.
Absolutely.
And people I have known that started sweeping the floor are now major supervisors on the ships. So over the many years, his family, some of them are on other ships as top chefs and so forth. People that he would have trained are now supervisors, leaders, maitre d's, and so forth. So we are very, very fortunate to have a very knowledgeable man provide us with an enormous background, not just in culinary. He's given us a background around operations management, supply chain management. He's talked about HR management. And like I said, for many of you students who might have thought, gee, what was the process? Why were we standing out there for so long? It takes time to process this number of people. And that was just you coming on the ship. Can you imagine trying to cook for 2,000 people, provide the meals, make the beds, and then listen to 2,000 complaints? Because you don't get 2,000 compliments. Someone always has something to say. The peas were
Absolutely.
cold. The butter was melted before it came to my plate. And it comes all the way back to the head office where this gentleman has come from today, to be able to analyze, improve, so that the next time the peas do come out, they're at a certain temperature where quality is at the pinnacle of this industry. In this industry, if you do not provide quality, you fail. And to come out of a failed situation, it's expensive,
you lose customer,
and it damages the brand. So we are very, very fortunate. So please give a big round of applause for Alfredo Mavi di Comatore.
Thank you.
Princess Cruise. Congratulations. You're welcome.
And you know, I need to say that my bonus after 4 years work for this company, and what I say, I started 8th of April 1974, and the ship was the name Pacific Princess, the original love boat. Who see the series of TV movie is called The Love Boat. It's famous worldwide. As a matter of fact, that cycle of movie is translated in 72 languages. And my bonus from the Princess Cruise, he dedicate a name of a restaurant. It means you go on the Royal, on the Regal, and the Grand, and the Golden. It's Alfredo restaurant. And just the bonus to reward the 40 years of dedicated life to Princess Cruise. Okay, maybe feel free to ask me any question. I am here for that purpose. You don't have any question? Yes, sir.
Do you work on this ship, or do you have a staff position at head office?
No, I don't work in this ship. I work in Los Angeles office, Santa Clarita. I mean, now we moved from Los Angeles to Santa Clarita. Is in the community of Los Angeles, and normally I work there. Let's see. My life is kind of complicated. I work 3 months in the office in Los Angeles, 2.5 to 3 months on board of the ship, 4 months on the plane to go from one place to another, because right now I was in England on board of the Ocean Princess, and I fly from London to Toronto, Toronto to Los Angeles, Los Angeles to Papeete. to reach the ship here. And then in Sydney, I fly Sydney to Singapore, Singapore to Switzerland, Switzerland to Milan, Milan to Venice, and I go on board of the Royal. I do a half cruise there, and then I fly all over from Barcelona to Miami, and I do a cruise on board of the Caribbean Princess, because that ship is stay in the Caribbean year around. And I do the cruise from Fort Lauderdale to St. Thomas. St. Thomas, I fly back, St. Thomas, Miami, Miami to Los Angeles. I mean, I spend 4 months in the year on board of the plane. I mean, nobody fly more than me for sure. And this is my year work. Few months on board of the ship, few months in the office, and of course a lot of time on the plane. And I have, of course, 40, 50 days a year of vacation. When I call vacation, believe me, I don't go in anywhere, I go back home. What I call home is Italy. My ex-wife lives in New York. I never call her, she asks me for money. And then I have my new companion, she lives in Florida, in Naples, Florida, where I have my family there. But why I still call home is Italy, is a beautiful place, north of Italy, in the border to the Switzerland. It's called the Lago Maggiore, and where I born and where I can belong. Any other question? No? Okay. What do you want to know about the ship?
I have a question maybe to ask.
Yeah.
So on an average day, how many eggs are consumed on a ship?
Now, this is very tricky question, because it's very hard to calculate. Because eggs does not mean you get the breakfast with the eggs. Besides to have a breakfast with 1 or 2 eggs or 3, a lot of other items the chef down there, he prepare. You need eggs, because you need eggs for pasta, you need eggs for ice creams, you need eggs for sponge cake, you need egg to bread it to your breast of chicken, you need eggs for so many other things. It's an average here of 7,000 eggs a day. 7,000. If somebody eat 3 eggs, somebody don't need any eggs, but this is the average, is the budget. By the way, on board of the ship, you have a few different type of eggs. You have a fresh eggs, where you do it fried eggs, poached eggs, hard-boiled eggs, you use for ice cream. And then you have frozen eggs for the scramble, frozen eggs for the omelette. Scramble is prepared only, is in a bag, you cook the bags with the eggs inside, and then you shake it and you serve. All eggs frozen is to do omelette, to bread things. And then you have egg white, because an example, last night it was the baked Alaska in the menu, and you need at least 20 liters of egg white. Now keep in mind, to have 1 liter of egg white, you need 36 eggs. You multiply it, and you buy already the egg white frozen. There's nothing wrong with the frozen eggs. Of course, the frozen egg need to be processed. And egg yolk example, you have 2 different type of frozen egg yolk. You have with sugar, where it's used on the pastry, or with salt on the kitchen, because you can frozen egg yolks without to add sugar and salt, because otherwise when you defrost them, it's become granulate. This is the reason you have all this. It's not using frozen egg to save money. Absolutely not. It costs more. But because public health, eggs contain salmonella. All the eggs contain salmonella. Frozen egg, it don't contain salmonella because it's radiated. And this is the reason public health is recommend to us to use frozen egg much as possible. And sometimes you don't save any money, but public health is not allowed to find us or to stop the ship. But when public health come on board and is recommend something, what is mean? You must do it. Because when he recommends something and you don't do it and nothing happen, it's okay. If something happen, you're out of business. Simple as this. Now, when public health recommends something, it must to be done.
Alfredo.
Yeah.
In terms of poultry, chicken.
Yeah.
On an average 7-day cruise, 11-day cruise, how much chicken is consumed?
Now, first of all, you asked the question regarding this ship or what ship?
This ship, eh?
This ship, you have an hour of 7,000 kilo of chicken a week. Now, normally the company buy chicken, and it's frozen, of course. It's a box of 12 chicken. Our regular size is 2.5 to 3 pound chicken. And of course, everything is done on board. It's deboned sometimes, it's roasted. You do it breast of chicken, you do it only legs of chicken. And you have example, chicken, you cannot work with the chicken in the butcher shop. You need to be separate from the rest of the meat, refrigerator, because it's different temperature. And when you need to prepare is a defrosting room only for chicken, not chicken, poultry. Poultry is everything included. It's chicken, it's duck, it's turkey, it's pheasant, it's quail, it's guinea fowl. It's only poultry. It's all in one section because all the poultry again contains salmonella, and it cannot be cut or the bonnet chicken in the same table or the same cutting board. You do it the veal, the beef, or the lamb. Meaning it needs to be separate in order to keep safe. You have in the butcher, you have 3 different sections. One is only for pork, one is only for poultry, and one is only for the rest: veal, meat, veal, beef, lamb, or whatever. You work in that way.
And my final question before we all go and have lunch is, now we are starting to open, Princess opening particularly a focus into the ports of Japan.
Yes.
And the Asian market is the next boom.
Should be our future.
So it is the future of cruising, and
particularly China.
Particularly the China market, from including Hong Kong.
Yes, of course.
Singapore, feeding to Shanghai, Beijing, Tianjin. My question around this booming market of Asia is a different type of delicacy in terms of food. What is Princess doing to reach out to that market?
First of all, you know, it's new from this season. As a matter of fact, in January, yes, January and February, I was in Shanghai for a few days just to advertise our new port of call, Shanghai. Because, you know, Chinese market have a lot of potential for the future. Taking consideration is almost 2 billion people there, and they have a lot of potential. And it was a very big success to have what ship is there? No, the Diamond is in Japan, and the Safari is out of Shanghai, and it's been chartered for an agent in Korea, not Korea, the island outside of China.
Thailand, Jetsu.
No. Okay, now it's coming. And it was a big success. And I was there to present our menu. I was there myself, the president of Italy, where is John Swartz, and of course the captain is there. Then in Japan this year is not very big success for the simple matter is to ship there. The Fukushima problem is not yet resolved. There's a lot of still problem going on in Japan. Besides the Fukushima, where you remember a few years ago, it was the earthquake first and then the tsunami after, and still have a lot of problem there. And in this day, you have a lot of flooding, and I mean, this accident reflect to our business, but is our future. not only China and Japan, but what you say, Singapore and all the Asian market, because Princess Cruise, he was a veteran in California. He started with 2 ships, and then he was the veteran in Alaska. Because I need to say, Princess Cruise is quite a young company. It's next year, 2015, is 15-year-old. As a matter of fact, I am 67-year-old. I was planning to retire three years ago when I was 65. I am almost 68. And the company said, no, you need to stay for the Royal Princess. Then when I was in Monfalcone, it was the Regal Princess nearby. And he said, you need to stay for the Regal Princess. And then when I was in Monfalcone in May, he said, what about next year? Is the 50th anniversary of Princess Cruise without our culinary ambassador. I mean, I keep it stay here. But I enjoy my job, and I am very happy to be on board of the ship. And that marketing should be our future. And of course, what they say, Princess Cruise started in California, where at that time it was one of the pioneers, it was one of the first company goes in cruise in Alaska, because before the 60 and the 50, it was not existing cruise. It was a lot of ship, it was a liner, moving passenger, I mean emigrant more than passenger, to go. The ship, it was 3 class first of all. It was the first class, where that it was tourists to go around. I remember the first ship I was, the name in 1969, it was the Cristoforo Colombo. It was not the Nina Pinta Santa Maria. It was a beautiful ship of Italian line, and he moved passengers from United States to Europe, and from Europe to United States. And the passenger of first class, where it was only 200, he come on board with their own car. Now nobody can do a vacation anymore with their own car from United States to Europe. First of all, it takes already 2 weeks just to transatlantic, and when in 6-7 hours you can go from New York to Paris or to London or to Milan, and people, airplane take advantage. But that time it was first class, where it was tourist passenger, cabin class, where it was a middle class people, and then it was the tourist class, where it was most of them the emigrant. It was working like this. And what I say, Princess, it was the pioneer in Alaska, in Mexico Riviera, and then of course he spanned. And it goes where the market is, because when you look for job, you need to find your job, no matter it's outside of your door, or is in the next city, or is in the next country. Where you find a job, you need to go. This is all about business, reality, life. Okay? Thank you.
some of our students here on the, what's the name of the ship? The Lord Princess. These students are extremely fortunate where they've been able to listen to Alfredo talk about his 40 years plus in the cruise industry with this company here in Princess. Started off as a sous chef, as a normal chef, after graduating out of the School of France, and then worked his way from the bottom of the food chain, so to speak, and now is actually the advisor, the key designer in setting up all the infrastructure on new ships around the world. So for those students who have studied cruise ship tourism, both in the 100 level and the 200 level, have an exceptional opportunity to do a site visit here on the Dawn Princess while it is here in Port in New Zealand. We've been able to take a complete tour throughout the ship, as well as enjoy a fabulous buffet of wonderful cuisine, of international food dining experience. Here we are now walking through different parts of the ship, looking through the spa area, recreational areas, as well as now going throughout centre parts of the ship. Come along and join us. Kia ora.
How long have you guys been on here as
entertainment?
Questions he asks is how long have they been here as on the entertainment team?
Oh, yeah, like 1 year. 1 year.
1 year. Same for you?
On the ship, just 5 weeks.
5 weeks on the ship here.
And where did you come on?
I embarked in Sydney. Oh no, not Sydney, New York.
New York.
Yeah, halfway through.
Yeah, New York.
Halfway through the world tour.
Do you do like a roster or like a switchover or like?
No, we come on as a cast, there's 10 of us, we come on and we're just here for the 5 weeks, and then we go home and a new cast is coming on for I think 5 months after us. Yes, it's just a nice short contract.
Okay, so we're talking to people here from the entertainment office under the cruise director's office, all right? Correct? Mm-hmm. And now we have here 2 different parts of that office. We have a dancer, a performer, an entertainer in the show. Do you sing and dance? You dance?
On the ship just now.
She just dances on the ship. So this is where she would perform, all right? And over here we've got this gentleman here who does a lot more from the administration side as well as organisation stuff. So there are going to be 2 different answers here. My question to them is, how many hours do you do a day?
Well, it depends, but we sometimes awake pretty much 14 to 15 hours. Yeah, awake.
14 to 15 hours awake. And how many hours do you do a day?
At the moment, because we're in rehearsals, we're probably doing about 5 hours a day.
So there is a stark difference
Unlucky man.
of the number of hours that different people do on board the ship. And you talk to chefs and so forth that are on board, and those guys are clocking up close to 14 hours to 15 hours working a day, not just awake, but actually cooking and doing all of that stuff that they do behind the galleys. And then you have horrible guys like guest entertainers that come on here for 45 minutes and do a show and that's it.
That's it.
So there's big difference on who and where you want to position yourself in the cruise ship industry. And of course what comes with that is a lot of responsibility in involving that. Can you tell the students what you would normally do, say on an average day? Yeah, just on an average day?
Average day. When we're on board, we would do like sometimes 2 hours or 3 hours a day. When we're on board. Sea days is the busy day, because we have to entertain the guests and the passengers. So we're all around the ship doing everything. And yeah, so when we're on board, that's when we have a good time. And sometimes we get 4 days off as well. So you have a 24-hour break. So that is good as well. So it's only your sea days where we work really hard.
Fabulous. Now, any questions?
Do you
Right.
get to leave the ship or not?
Yeah.
You can.
So yeah, Mohammed's asking, do you get to leave the ship or not? The answer is yes, we do. On a roster at different ports, depending on what you do on board. Your supervisor can arrange times for you when you are off port, and then you will have these things called manning. And when you're on port manning duties, your name is up on the board, which you become part of the safety drill team on board. That's still happening.
Yeah.
And so
That's why
port
we
manning,
do that.
you cannot swap, and that's why he is stuck here with us, because, and so is she must be on manning duties. So manning means you cannot leave the ship at a port, and so you're on call to do a variety of different things when and on port. It could range from escorting passengers on tours, to helping the admin. It could be helping the different clerical staff in terms of getting things done that need to be done to make sure that the ship is running nice and smooth and on time. Yeah? Any other questions? You're looking hungry. Are you hungry?
No.
This guy, yeah.
I got a question over here.
Yes.
What we saw just now is what will the guests see? What about the working industry? Like all the cooking, the other people helping the guests. Will we be able to see it or not?
You're talking behind the
Behind the
scenes?
scene.
Behind the scenes?
Yeah, they can. We normally do a ship tour and all that, and I think if you go into crew areas and to the kitchen and etc. and the control room, I think they pay $175.
It's about $175 to do a ship's tour.
Yeah.
It is a tour now, it's all that a tour. Remember we talked about in the class that the ship is very, very good at generating money. Alright? Some 15 years ago they never charged to do these tours. In fact, it used to be just like you could just put your name down and tick, I want to do a ship tour, go through the ship galley and so forth. In fact, we used to take people up through the up to the bridge.
Yeah.
But since September 11, the rules have changed, and since the financial recession, people have got financially smarter, and they charge you now, like I said, $170 US per head to go for a walkthrough and have these wonderful escorts. Take you maybe even backstage. I believe backstage is part of a tour now. So she'll take you backstage and go, look, this is the changing room, and this is where we put our makeup and shoes on, and you know, things like that. And we talked also about, although I won't talk about other cruise lines, but the ships themselves are actually doing a lot of integration activities, dance classes for passengers. And those are also starting to come at surcharge as well, so you can get yourself into ukulele classes and things like that when we're around in the doing Zumba classes and what's the cycling one? Spinning, right? Aerobics,
Yoga,
Pilates, chocolate eating. No, that's not it. I thought that was a sport. But you can do a lot of different activities on board the ship. And when we walk through the health and beauty shop, where they do all the makeup and hairstyling and stuff like that, you can spend as much money as you want in there. You can have Botox treatment, done on board the ship, so you can get rid of all those wrinkles you guys got out there. Or you can go in there and you can have a specialist teach you how to eat nutritional food and help you lose weight and do a whole heap of things. And that stuff all costs money, and they've got all these plans of formulas that you can buy, like dietary formula packs and tablets and all that stuff. They're all on board the ship, and you can buy them and take them away home with you and start your wonderful life of rejuvenation. So it's really, really cool. So they're very, very entrepreneurial around generating revenue on board the ship.
You assist the cruise director. You get when you start off as an assistant cruise director, you get junior, then you get ACD, you get deputy, and then you get cruise director. Now, to become a cruise director can take a couple of years, like 5 to 7, maybe 10 years. It all depends. But we're just there to assist the cruise director. Anything what's coming from the passenger side, what they're not happy with, what they want more, extra things, we write that down, we take it to him, we say, look, listen, people want this, they want that. They don't like this movie, they want something else. So we're just making sure everything is running smooth on the ship. We're actually basically running the ship to keep the passengers happy. That's it. We're there to entertain the passengers. We're always listening to them, whatever they have to say, from happiness to sadness to everything. We're there to keep everybody happy. And that's our job. So that's why we work such long hours. Because the morning starts when the sun rises till the sun goes down. We need to keep you guys busy. Of course, in the sea day, what do? You're not just going to read for 12 hours, are you? You need to do trivia, bingo, we have horse racing. There's so many things going on. And we just constantly need to keep you guys occupied. And that's our job. It's just to keep you guys occupied. And then she's just a dancer. She's got the most easiest job on the show. So all she does.
I think you could do my job.
No, I won't be able to do a job, but I wish I was a dancer. Well, there we go. Thank you, guys. I hope I covered everything, yeah? All good? Are you guys happy?
Yeah.
Any more questions?
If you've had a good time today, give me a sound of a good, nice applause. Fantastic.